whatever your name is, for days. But every day, even today, you're still talking about me, calling me a nonce and a nonce-enabler, and yeah, I don't have peddlers in my family. Sorry. Let me find it. There you go. Here it is. There it is. There it is. Here we go.
Dear Nancy supporter, how are you doing?
There you go. I was gonna say big. There you go. A non-supporter. That's exactly what. And I said, be careful, you might burst a tumour. I stand by what I said. I stand by it. Don't give a fuck. That's what she called me, a non-supporter. There you go. A nonce-supporter. And she's actually called me an actual nonce as well, saying that I'm a pedlo. So I understand what you've gone through, Mabel Unstable, whatever your name is, right? But you can't go around calling people pedlos, because I'm going to have less sympathy for you, less and less sympathy for you when you keep calling me that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you've done. So don't sit there trying to get clout, because what you're doing now is clout chasing, and I can see right through you, Unstable Mabel, and you're clout chasing, and that's what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with you tonight making out, putting on this little act that you're putting on right now. I don't buy into it. Sorry. You put me in the box for the clout, and you know you did.
Hi, Ange.
Yes.
Ange, I just want to clear up a few things, because their lies are really, really dangerous and damaging. So, right, the going on about Cheryl.
They're live. Can somebody record it? Because I don't give a fuck what trauma you're bringing through. Don't put that onto me or Linz or anybody else. Sorry.
Yeah. Because I just want to clear up a few lies what they're spouting. So last night, Angie was doing story time, and somebody on Comment Calf called Mrs. Bread was slating Cheryl. So Cheryl turned around and said, "Ha, Mrs. Bread, Mrs. Inbred." So then Ding jumped in the box, didn't realise who it was about, and then started going on about me. Cleared up. Cheryl wasn't going on about Mabel. Mabel always tries to make out as though we are saying stuff about her when she's really not that relevant. The second thing that I want to clear up, when Wayne had said, "Ha ha, maybe you sell your fanny for 50 pence," he did not mention anything about you being a 2-year-old. He did not mention anything about you being a kid selling your thingy. So do not twist that onto Wayne and say that he was going on about your childhood trauma. He was just saying that as an insult, like, in general. And me, I've never, ever, me or Angie have never blamed your trauma on you. Angie, it's dangerous, the stuff that she's coming out with. It really is. She's the one that made out as though I was bullying Marianne. But I come up with the evidence. See, the difference is, Mabel, we come up with the receipts. You don't. If me and Angie blamed your childhood trauma on you, you would have been playing those videos right now.
You heard it, where I reacted saying, "Oh well, don't let your tumour burst." That was a reaction to what she was calling me, a non-enabler. How do you feel about calling, especially if you're a man, if someone called you a non-enabler? How do you feel about that? It's not very nice.
That's just as bad as calling you one, Ange.
Yeah?
That's just as bad as calling you a nonce.
Yes, exactly. You might as well have called me a nonce. That's what she's called me. So shut up, Unstable Mabel. You're having crying. You're doing it for the views. You're doing it for the clout.
And Mazzy, you're just an absolute little shit stir, you. Like, you know for a fine fact that fucking Cheryl wasn't going on about Mabel last night. So stop talking absolute shit with your little wooden spoon, trying to be fucking relevant, you two-faced bitch.
Exactly. Sorry, yeah, but it's a reaction to an action, and that will go to the police. So if you want to go to the police, Unstable, feel free to go to the police, because it's a reaction to an action. Listen, I've been here myself with my aunt, with my family. I'm not going to say, listen, I know about mental health. I know about mental health more than anybody on this app. Believe me, I do. You really are unstable, Mabel, and you're making dangerous accusations. And I don't care how unstable you are, you can't be making those accusations, because you'll find yourself in probably jail. You can't use your mental health to get out of that. So I would stop making these false accusations against me and Linz and everybody else.
Yeah, because can you remember
about your trauma? They'll put you away.
Yeah, because can you remember, Mabel, when just last week you were saying that I was bullying a disabled woman, Marianne, and you didn't realise that I actually had the receipts of that live, and that proved that you were lying again. Me and Angie has never ever blamed your childhood trauma on you. That's what you're running around saying. It's disgusting.
She's a dangerous woman, this unstable Mabel. She's
Angie, really?
She's doing it for the clout. She's doing it for the viewers. She wants the attention, simple as. That's why she put me in a box, knowing that his viewers are going to go up putting me in the box.
Yeah. Billy, Angie's admitted what you said?
Yes, Charlie, yes.
Angie's admitted what you said to Mabel. She's admitted it. So. She hasn't blamed the childhood trauma on her.
And I stand by what I said. Do I take it back? No. So if you want to go to the police about that, go ahead. I stand by what I said. I'm not taking it back. And I don't apologise for it.
And Wayne did not mention about you being a child selling yourself. He said selling your fanny for 50 pence as as an insult. He did not mention you being a child selling it. You're just twisting things, and that's really sick. Honestly, and then they're saying, I've been blaming that childhood trauma on her. I wouldn't do that.
Very dangerous woman. I really do think she's a very dangerous woman.
Yeah, so do I, Ange.
And I don't honestly think that police will look at her trauma thinking, well, she's had trauma. I think they'd put her away for the dangerous accusations that she's making right now. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
As I said before, she needs to stop showering her phone, get out and get some fresh air, and stop being the new TikTok messiah, because you're far from that, love. You're a danger.
I think Unstable is trying to be a little bit like me. I think
to yourself.
Charlie, I think Unstable maybe wants to be a little bit like me. I think she wants to be a little bit me. She wants the clout, she wants the viewers, and she's trying everything to sitting there crying her eyes out about her trauma. I don't buy it. I don't care what anyone says, I don't buy it.
Angie, she's going on there saying, do you want blood? Do you want blood? I'm sorry, Mabel, but you've been sitting there on your live, day in, day out, can't do it, Angie.
Linz, they lied. Yeah, but Linz, when I mentioned what happened to me with the paramedic when he was off duty, they all called me a fucking liar. They lie. They all call me a fucking liar. Yeah, when this guy raped me, yeah, and they all call me a fucking liar. And so we meant to say have sympathy for her. No, I don't have no sympathy.
That's disgusting.
Dangerous.
So just because she's a survivor doesn't mean to say that she can then call you a liar. Do you know what I mean? That's disgusting.
And she's called me a pet.
Angie, it's getting worse.
Trinity, the one that's in the chat. Fuck off.
She needs to come off TikTok. If she's so affected about her trauma, she needs to come off TikTok because she's dangerous. She's making dangerous accusations now.
I want Mabel to now show the receipts of me and Angie blaming your childhood trauma on you, because I would not even to me worst enemy would I ever do that.
Mary Withers.
Angie, that's what I'm saying. She's 2 seconds, Charlie. She's running around saying that me and you blamed her childhood trauma on her. She would have been showing the videos of us doing that. Where's the videos, Mabel?
Listen, anyone that's gone through that I have sympathy for, but just because you've gone through that, you can't go around calling everyone pedlos. And destroying other people's life because of what you've gone through. Because my sympathy for you is getting a little bit smaller and smaller. No, I'm not gonna lie, it's because I don't give a fuck. Yeah, listen, you got to remember, yeah, everyone has had some kind of trauma. A lot of people had some kind of trauma on here, yeah. And what Mabel Staver's gone through, it's not nice. I don't think anyone should go through what she's gone through, right? Ever. But she's saying they called me a pedlo. What did I respond to that? What was my response to that? I don't have pedos in my family. It's a normal fucking response. Because I don't have no pedos in my family. Do you know what I mean? You're the one that has pedos in your family. You don't sit there calling me a fucking pedlo when I've got a niece, a 13 years old that comes on this app. And that uses this app that's going to see that's going to see her vile comments towards me. Yeah.
And they were saying that you weren't allowed to see your niece, weren't they?
I don't have no pedos in my family. I stand by what I say. Yeah,
oh,
you
they came to us, Ange. They came to us.
I don't care. Let them. They screen record us anyway.
I don't care.
Always come to us, nothing new.
I stand by what I say. You called me a nonce, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much you called me a nonce. Not just a non-supporter, you have actually called me a pedlo also. I stand by what I said. I don't have pedlos in my family. You do. Yeah? So don't sit there calling me a pedlo. Now, I understand what you've gone through and your trauma. No one ever should go through that. I would never mock the trauma that you've gone through, ever. If other people have, that's not me. That's not Lynn's. Or not Charlie. We'll never mock someone's trauma. But you can't go around the app calling someone a pedlo because of what you've gone through. Because of your trauma. You cannot do that. Don't destroy yourself.
Yeah, I understand, Miss Hannah.
Because of what you've gone through.
Yeah, Hannah, she was just a baby, that's it. I would never mock or laugh at her trauma. I have never said it was her fault. She is an absolute liar, and with her claims, like making it so I've done that, and Angie.
You've got to remember, no one condones what she's gone through. No one is saying what she's gone through. No one is saying that. But because she's gone through that doesn't give her a green light to call other people pedlos.
And blame everybody else.
And blame everyone else for what she's gone through. That does not give her a green light to blame everyone else. I feel she's got a lot of issues, she's got a lot of anger issues, and I get that. I get that. I have BPD myself. You know, and that's from trauma and all that. And I get that. But she can't go around acting the way she's acting. And, you know, my...
Lucy 23. Sorry. Lucy 23, she's not using it to get at her. Mabel is literally sparked up alive, said that Cheryl was calling her inbred last night. Cheryl wasn't even saying that about her.
I have got the evidence. Yeah, but I've got the evidence, Linz, that she was talking to someone on Tattle, which Mabel would know that if she'd been watching me. She wasn't calling her, she was calling someone on Tattle. Or was it Comment Cafe?
Comment Calf, Mrs. Bread. Not Mabel, Mrs. Bread, a commenter on Comment Calf, because she was slating Cheryl last night on Comment Calf. So Angie said, "Oh, thanks, Mrs. Bread," and then Cheryl went, "Oh, Mrs. Inbred, more like." Nothing to do with Mabel. Mabel just keeps on trying to make herself relevant. She wasn't even mentioned.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I might get a lot of hate for this, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, like I usually do. Mabel Stay Unstable, whatever the fuck her name is, yeah, is doing it for the clout. She's doing it for the viewers. She's using her trauma for views. And that's my opinion. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I believe that, yeah. Yeah. She's using
her Rudy. Yes, Rudy. I mean, relevant by, she's making shit up by saying that Cheryl was mentioning her last night. And she wasn't even mentioned. It's when Wayne said, "Oh, you sell your fanny for 50 pence.
Mm-hmm.
She is now saying that Wayne said, "Oh, you sold your fanny when you were 2." He never said that when she was a child.
I can't say that.
She started saying that I was like bullying Marianne.
No one has mentioned Mabel Stable for days. And she's still talking about us. When you call me a pedlo, am I going to have sympathy for you? No. Because you're now calling me a pedlo. Yeah, don't listen. I don't condone her trauma she's been through, but you're calling me a pedlo. My niece comes on here, 13 years old. She's a child. My friends come on here that are children, right? My friends' kids come on here, yeah, and they have said that to me, right? They've seen me on TikTok. My friends, their children, have seen me on here, and you're sitting there calling me a fucking pedlo. Yeah, pedlo supporter, and stable Mabel, right? Don't put your trauma fucking on me. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't care. That's what you're doing. You got anger issues, don't blame the word for what you've been through.
Honestly, Angie, I'm so angry. It's honestly the lies that they're coming out with. Could you imagine if I didn't have that screen recording of me and Marianne's live, I would have been getting slated across the app saying that I was bullying a disabled woman. She's a sick, vile individual, and she needs to piss off and leave me alone, Angie, as well.
Keep going on about stop talking about it. Well, at the end of the day, Angie didn't start this argument with Unstable Table. She's the one that's got her nose stuck into everybody else's fucking business.
Yeah. She popped out of nowhere.
She's constantly talking about me every day. Every day.
Otherwise, you won't get no respect.
I don't care what anyone says. I believe it's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. She's using her trauma to get views. That's not Charlie's opinion. That's not Lindsay's opinion. It's my opinion.